some people figure out hyperloops on their own in a day or two, but most people find them frustrating. I've played a lot of poi with a lot of people for a lot of years, and I've created this resource as my step-by-step approach. And if you really do each step until you feel like you've mastered it, chances are in a couple weeks you'll be doing hyperloops. To begin, we're going to look at a hyperloop compared to a weave to understand the rhythm of each. So in a 3-beat weave, if you look at my orange poi, my right hand, it goes over and back, over and under my left arm. A hyperloop adds a circle in the middle. It goes like this. Up the middle, over, under, back. Up the middle, over, under, back. So to get into hyperloops, we're going to go once in a weave, over, under, back, middle, over, under, back, over, under, back, up the middle, over, under, back. And we're going to learn that with the right hand and the left hand. So it's a bunch of little steps. Some of them seem simple, but trust me. For our first step here, take one poi. We're going to start with our right. And we're going to start with a forward one poi buzzsaw. Pretty simple. Now if I turn to my left, with my whole body turning, the poi are now outside of that hoop I make with my arms. If I turn to the center, it's coming up the middle. If I turn to the right, it's coming up on the right. Just learn to turn back and forth. Middle, left, middle, right, middle, left, middle, right. Now it sounds simple, but the important thing is that it's really coming from turning your whole body, not by moving your arms in comparison to your body. Middle, left, middle, right, middle, left, middle, right. And really focus on the feeling of the poi coming up, 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 up. That's also important. Same with the left. You're going to make your poi a little bit short for this, by the way. Up, 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 up. Might sound simple, but do it anyway. It's going to be important. For the steps coming, we need to be able to mimic a weave with only one hand having a poi, because we're going to use the other hand to learn what the other poi is going to do, and that lets us slow things down. So we can start with the right. Again, it sounds simple, but try it. Just do a weave, and really imagine you have a poi in the left hand as well, so that you can look at either one. I can look at my right poi, over, under, and back, over, under, and back. And with the left hand, I also imagine there's a poi, over, under, and back, over, under, and back. And again, it's good to focus on the ups. And then the same thing with the left hand having a poi, over, under, back, over, under, back. I can also look at my right hand and imagine over, under, back, over, under, back, over, under, back. So this is going somewhere, so just try it and you'll see why. Now we're going to go from a 3-beat weave to mimicking the rhythm of a hyperloop. So again, one poi, right hand, start with your weave, over, under, back, and then you're just going to add the middle. Middle, over, under, back. Middle, over, under, back. Middle, and after the middle, you can cut very close to the fingers of the other hand. That's how a hyperloop will work. Middle, over, under, back. Middle, over, under, back. Once that's working, alternate between a regular 3-beat weave and the hyperloop, and that'll prep you for learning to go into a hyperloop. So over, under, back, then middle, over, under, back. Back to a weave, over, under, back, middle, over, under, back. And just keep alternating. When you've done it with your right, same thing with the left. Over, under, back, middle, over, under, back. When you've got that, you're prepping in your body the rhythm and how and when to go into a Hyperloop. Now we're going to use a poi in the right hand, no poi in the left. This is going to stand in for a poi, and we're going to learn how the right poi wraps around the left. So again, we're going to use our weave over, under, back, and then we're going to learn to go through the middle, over, under, back, wrapping around the left wrist on the way. Soon that'll be a poi. But we can start really simple. We can start just hold here. First thing, just learn to do this. Just a feeling of going around the wrist. It could also be 2 fingers or 1 finger, right? Just there's something in the way, and you let the poi go around it. Once that works a couple times, you can go around, come to the left, and you're back in your weave. Right? Around, left, and weave. When that works, you start in a weave where you normally cross over. That's where you're going to cut into your wrist, over, under, back. So over, under, back through your wrist, over, under, back, over, under, back through the wrist, over, under, back. When that works, do the same thing with the left. And again, you can really take your time at first, just learning to do that. Then learning to go around, whoosh, into your weave. When that works, you start with your weave, where you cross over. You're going to go through the fingers, then over, under, back, or around the wrist, over, under. It's up to you whether to go around the fingers or the wrist. Some people find one easier than the other. Over, under, back, through the wrist, over, under, back, through the wrist, over, under, back. So you want to do that till you can repeat it both ways, and then we'll proceed. Now we're going to have a poi in the left hand. The right hand is standing in for poi to learn what the right poi will do. So grab the poi in the middle, and feel you can make a circle up on the right. It's outside of the arms. Make 1 circle there, then 1 circle in the middle, and then it releases. So circle to the right, the middle, and to the left. By the time it's gotten to the left, you've let go. So right, middle, left, and over. So from a weave, we go over, under, and back. Over, we wait for the second. We wait for the under. That's 1 circle, 2. And you really want to wait for the poi to be coming up close to you and grab it here where it's close. A lot of people, they try to reach over and grab it out there. You just be patient, let it come to you. You go over, wait, boom. That's where you grab it. So in the beginning, you can go over and just grab it, then to the middle, then let go. Pretty soon you're going, okay, over and under and back, over and grab through the middle, boom. Over, grab through the middle, boom. So there's lots of time. When you grab it, it finishes the circle there, then the middle and out. Over, grab, middle, out. When that works, switch hands. On this side, we start outside the left arm. 1 circle, 2 circle, 3. Over, 1 circle, 2 circle, 3. Over, wait for it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Over and 1, 2, 3. Over and 1, 2, 3. So when that's working, and when I mean working, I mean effortless. I don't mean you did it once. I mean like it's totally fluid. Then we'll go to the next step. We're going to start with the left poi again, and we're learning how we come out of a hyperloop. So first, we start in the middle. Take your right fingers and just flip the poi over. And if you don't make it, it hooks. So it needs to get over the top. Once that works, you go over the top. You can just come into your weave. Boom. Start here, flip it over the top into the weave. That's probably won't take long. Then you grab your other poi. And it helps to make them a little bit short for this. And you're going to learn to take the right poi, use it to flip the left poi over the top. And then it's okay, they'll tangle at the bottom, don't worry. But at first, it'll go kablump, and it might make a knot like that. The left poi needs to clear over the top. And the right poi is leading, so you want them to go jump, jump, just like this. Watch. Orange poi will lead. And they both make it over the top. Once that's worked several times, you go over the top, cut to the left, back to the weave. Over the top, cut to the left, back to the weave. And that works. You can learn the same thing. The left poi will grab the right poi, flip it over the top. Once that's worked several times, you flip it over, cut to the left, and into your weave. Flip, boom. And you can mess around and cheat a bit, maybe get it rocking or coming out to the side. Yeah, really play with that one so you get some success. Now this one is a little bit awkward, so it doesn't need to be perfect before you move on, but you want to have enough times having gotten through it that you feel like you're beginning to get how to get out of a Hyperloop. Also, ultimately, with this one, ultimately, if it really doesn't work, proceed anyway. Only worry about going in. We're not going to worry about getting out the other side, because what I see is a lot of people, if they're worrying about getting out, they don't go into it properly. So we just go into a Hyperloop. So it's going to be just like when we did it with the hand, chopping into it there. But now you chop into it with the poi, and then just kind of open your elbows to make space, and it will naturally come into the middle. It goes one circle chop, you make some space, and a circle or two is enough. Then it'll kind of blow. So you do this, boom, and chop, and after some tries, you'll get some circles. If it really doesn't work, do this a few times, boom, right? And just come to the middle there, over and boom, and you'll get a feeling for it. And then you do it with the poi again, over and boom, over and chop. And after a while, you might get 6 circles. You can also go on the other side where the left poi chops into the right poi. And it's okay, that's fine. It's okay if it tangles up. I just want you playing with getting into the Hyperloop. Boom, boom. So when you've got success on each side coming into the middle, then we're ready to put it all together and do the whole Hyperloop. We've gone through a bunch of steps. What I recommend at this point, try to do the whole Hyperloop a few times. If it doesn't work, go back, do the steps a bit. So keep alternating between the lead-ups and the Hyperloop. And then try to put the whole thing together. My right's going to chop into my left. There it is. I chop and I go out. Right? So if you look at my orange poi, it chops up the middle once to the left. I'm right back in my weave. Up the middle, back into my weave. Or the left poi can chop into the right, up the middle, and out. And the trick is each poi has to come up my chest once. Now with a little practice, you could also have each poi come up twice. Watch, I'll do it from the right. I can go 1, 2, 1, 2, and out. Or I could even go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out. But it's got to be odd numbers. If it goes right, left, right, and you try to go out, it tangles. My advice again, if it didn't work right now, you do the lead-ups a bit, try again, go back to the lead-ups, try again. Eventually, 99% sure that you'll get it. And if you don't, make a video and I'll give you some feedback. So I really hope you have success. I hope you had fun with the process. I hope you're forgiving yourself for anything that you could forgive yourself for, and that life's okay for you.